7:15, welcome back to Breakfast Television. Back from Lemonaid Design, our good friend David is back to talk a little bit more about, well, adding some beautiful things to our homes. This time around, we're looking specifically at Ottomans. Why do we add an Ottoman? Why do we want to add an Ottoman?
Well, there's three reasons I'd like to think so. One, to add color. One,
good opportunity to add color, sure, okay.
Yeah, you can sort of add interest, number two. And number three, function, purely function, like you want some additional seating.
My feet get tired too. I want someone to put my feet up.
So I brought in a little smattering here of samples of Ottomans. It's a little bit of a hippie kind of thing going on here right now with the magic carpet underneath.
Yeah, it's nice.
So I went to Urban Barn and I picked out 3 of these are from Urban Barn. Can you pick which ones are doing their own thing? Yeah.
So one of these things is kind of the same. I'm going to say Urban Barn?
Yeah, okay. This one's from Urban Barn, and
right.
it's good because it obviously provides the color and the texture and the function. It hits all 3 items, right?
Yeah.
It comes in this sort of crazy saffron color, they call it, okay?
That's right, and because of the big, it's got depth to it as well.
It's tufted.
Weight and size.
Yeah, so it's kind of groovy, but also kind of current with the tufting.
Okay.
So moving along, we've got the Hoot Ottoman. Here is this chrome one.
I like him, he's cool.
They come up with some pretty cool names there as well. So that one's in the sort of chrome finish, but it also comes in 3 other colors. It as well, you could put your cup down on it, you know, that sort of thing as well.
It has to be a particular kind of room to put something like a giant silver Maltese Falcon.
Well, maybe that's where you're wrong, maybe, because a lot of people would be afraid to put that in, but it would blend, this one particularly would blend right in. It would add some bling into a corner where there maybe wasn't any, and I think that's when, you know, if you walk into an Urban Barn store, you'll see how they put things together very well there. So
okay, all right. So maybe take a chance on Hootie. All right.
And when I'm doing a staging thing as well, I'll sort of push people in a direction too. I'll say, you know what, you might want to try something a little crazier, like the Poof. They call this the Poof. Now, a lot of people have been commenting in the studio about this one this morning.
Looks like it's keeping Grandma's tea warm.
Yeah, but it just, again, it's got texture. So color, function, you can sit on it, you know, you're not going to worry about it too much. It's kind of playful and fun. So then, and then I also brought in this one here. This one is one of mine actually that I've had for years, and I actually painted it too. It was a natural color, and I spray painted it, so that
it looks a little more antique that way.
Yeah, it's a little bit antique, but it's really done its job. It serves as the same thing: coffee table, adding texture. And I got all these ideas when I was in Calgary recently, and I brought in a couple of pictures of a few other Ottomans that I'd seen at Crate and Barrel was one of the stores I dropped in, as well as.
Let's take a peek at the first one there.
The first one, that one's very similar to mine. It's called the Samar Ottoman there. You can see it in the small picture. Go to the next picture. There's another picture featuring it as well. Now they've pushed it up against the table. You can see multiple functions there.
Now, is this one Crate and Barrel or is this one Restoration Hardware?
This one is Crate and Barrel.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
to the next picture, guys.
Those are from here in Winnipeg. You can get those. They're Eames Ottomans. Believe it or not, you might think that would only go in a kid's room or something like that, right?
But they're elephants.
Yeah, and those are sort of going back to the classic 1960s or whatever.
Yeah.
And this one, everyone's chatting about this one too. It's called the polyhedron model from Restoration Hardware.
Wow.
Yeah, and it sits about the height of some of these Ottomans, and you know, it would sort of fill. This one would not form as much for seating, maybe.
Sure, but that's more like Hootie, adding some pizzazz, adding a little bit of style, maybe dressing up a bland.
But you know, if you've had a couple of glasses of wine, you still would be inclined to maybe sit on it. You know, like kind of thing. So
one of those ones you warn guests: hey, if you're going to sit on the polyhedron, just be careful.
Exactly.
Stick to just one glass.
Now there's one we didn't talk about.
Yes, quickly.
The one that I'm sitting on. So when we come back in our next segment, we're going to talk about this one because I actually made this one. I thought, wouldn't it be fun to try and make an Ottoman? Yes. So
an original piece of art that is also good for putting your feet up on. So coming up, we're going to talk about how David actually put this thing together so you can make the perfect Ottoman for your home, even if they don't make it the way you want it. We're going to take a break. Plenty still to come today on BT. That is nice.
It's not bad, eh?
Yeah.